Good morning everyone. Myself Sujit Pandey, Assistant Professor at Nautical Department. Now, today our subject is helicopter engineering. Now we have to discuss on the helicopter engineering subject. In this subject, we are discussing about what are the helicopters, features and applications for these things. Now, in this chapter, first chapter, introduction of helicopter, we are going to discuss what are the history, types of rotors, configurations, and types of helicopters. What are the difference between helicopters and airplanes, and what are the components and primary components of conventional helicopters, right? Now, in first, what is the helicopter history? Helicopter history is in 1483 De Vinci developed helix, kind of aerial screw. So basic understanding that the atmosphere we can support weight but no provisions for torque on fuselage, right? Now in 1800th century, the Forlanini, Italy scientists used a steam engine, counter-rotating butterfly wings, could assist without pilot to 40 feet for about 20 minutes. Now we can see in a figure, this is a butterfly types helicopters. Now in third, in 1907, Cornio, French scientist, first piloted helicopters flew for a few seconds, used internal combustion engine, no control but wheel balance. You can see in a figure, right? Now we can go for the next. Now helicopter history, in 1909, Igor Sikorsky, Russia scientist, a small counter-rotating coaxial rotor, first use of airfoil-shaped rotor. This is a type of figures. We can see in a figure. Right now, the helicopter history, 1920, Pitkoski and von Karman's Austria, counter-rotating coaxial airfoil rotors, a 340 HP engines, no control, just made to lift straight up. In this type of helicopters, we can see in a figure. This is asymmetric figures of the Karman's Austria developed helicopters. Now we can go for the next. The helicopter history, 1923, D Both Jet US, 4 rotors. We are using 4 rotor, complicated power transmission system, lower power, several flight of 1 minute at the rate of 6 feet. In this type of helicopters is flying at a rate of 6 feet for 1 minute. You can see in these figures. This is the figure of this 1923 Borjet developed helicopters. These are 4 rotors we are using. Now next thing is the helicopter history. In 1923, De La Sirvia, Spain, developed autogyros, solved some control problems by allowing rotors to flaps. You can see in these figures. Now in 1936, Focke-Wulf, Germany, FW61 established endurance and speed records, mostly flown by Heinz Rivich, flown inside stadium for most of records in this type of helicopters. Now in 1939, a Sikorsky US scientist developed VS300, broke all FW61 records, used 3-blade main rotor, vertical 2-blade tail rotor and 2 horizontal 2-blade outriggers rotor for stability and controls. We can see here, this is Sikorsky scientist is sitting on the helicopter pilot and he is trying to fly in this type of helicopter. We can see the sketching figure of this type of helicopters developed by the Sikorsky in 1939, the scientist from the US. Now, what is the brief history of the helicopters? It is nothing but the helicopters were the first heavier than air designed by Da Vinci. In 1906, gyroplanes number 1 was created. In 1924, Ethene became the first to fly a kilometers in a closed circuit with helicopters. In 1952, the world's first transatlantic helicopter crossing was completed. In 1957, the world's first remotely piloted vehicles was created. In 1982, the first transatlantic helicopters crossing was completed. 5100 miles, means 5100 miles. In 1992, Venezuela to expand the flight was the longest over ocean flight. Right now, okay, now that we know a little bit about helicopter history, let us move on the helicopter concept. Okay, before going to this slide, what is the helicopter configuration? First, we have to know what are the basic primary component of the helicopter. There are the there are few 5 components mainly. Is first is airframe, fuselage, tail rotor, main rotor, engine and transmissions, skid landing gear, engine, horizontal stabilizer. These are the primary component of the conventional helicopters. Right now, the helicopters configuration autogyros developed by De Lange Syria uses free spanning main rotor with airplanes like engine oblique prop for forward motions. No power to main rotor spins from air actions is equal to cannot hover or ascend vertically. Right now, you can see in this figure also. Now we have to go for the next. The helicopter configuration dual rotor, 2 counter rotating main rotor, no tail rotor needed, may be separate or coaxial, used extensively through history. Today, few Boeing Camnels. You can see in this figure, these are the types of dual rotor helicopters. There is no tail rotor needed, may be separate or coaxial types of rotors. Right? Now, next thing is single rotor, most used design. One main rotor for lift and control, other is the tail rotor for anti-torque. What is the FAA? FAA call its auxiliary rotor. Federal Aviation Administration stand for FAA and call its auxiliary rotor, more precisely known as anti-torque rotor. Generally, these types of helicopters are using. One is the main rotor, second is the tail rotor. Main rotor for the lift and control purpose and tail rotor for the anti-torque. Right? Now the Hughes helicopter H-17 Cycrane 1952 function is transport and crew is 2 and engine is 1 G into 1 J35, rotor span 130 feet length, height is 30 feet disc area, empty weight maximum weight 46,000 lb, speed is ceiling range 65 kilometers, load is 25,000 lbs and hot cycles we are using. Now in this helicopters, this name is the tilt rotor PLV22, engines and main rotors, prop rotors mounted on wingtips. Rotate show rotor is horizontal on top to take off and land like helicopters. Rotate show rotor is vertical to act like prop for high speed forward flight. Now in this rotor, these types of rotors, we can see this is the features of the helicopters and what are the components. Fuselage, the cockpit, then assembly, engine and transmission assembly on the top of the helicopters, skid landing gear, main rotor, tail rotor, horizontal stabilizer, airframes. This is the components of the helicopters and this is the nothing but the main rotors. Now comes the main rotor configuration. What are the main rotor configuration? This is the blade, this is nothing but a spider, top of the blades, then slider, then pitch control rod, then this is the mast, extension rod, damper and accessories assembly. This is the feature of the helicopters and components. Yeah, the main rotor components, right? Now the helicopter types of rotor. What are the types of rotor? In general, all must change blade angle or pitch for control action called feathering. We can see in a figure, feathering is nothing but changing the blade pitch angle. Nothing but feathering is rotation around the spin axis of the blade. You can see the red arrow in a figure, right? Now we can go for the next. Now in a helicopter types of rotor, in general, some also flaps or teeter. We can see the flap in a red arrow is showing the flapping of the helicopters. the up and down, right? And another thing is lead lag also. Lead lag is what in general some also lead lag is the hunt or drag. You can see the red arrow in a figure. Lead lag directions represent the red arrows in a figure. And next is the drag hinge, damper, axis of rotation, pitch, change link, flap hinge. Now the helicopter types of rotors: semi-rigid rotor, two blades, feather, and entire rotor tethers. Tether is nothing but flapping, means feathering and flapping both will be there. No hunting action allowed. Very popular in early Bell designs and others. You can see in a figure the static stops, tethering hinge, pitch horns, and the feathering hinge. This is the feature of the semi-rigid rotor. You can see. Now second thing is the types of rotor is semi-rigid. Bell 206. We can see in a figure each and every small components of rotor system, main rotor system. You can see this big feathering, flapping, tethering. Tethering is also called as flapping, and feathering is nothing but change the blade pitch angles. Now next is fully articulated rotor. In this, 3 or more blades. Blades can feather individually, flaps and hunt, and hunting limited by mechanical damper. Now you can see the figure: drag hinge, lead or lag, flap, pitch change link, flap hinge, axis of rotation. These are the features about this fully articulated rotor. Now in fully articulated rotor is most complicated but smoothest in flight. Problem is ground resonance potential. Axis of rotation, drag hinge, lead or lag, pitch change link, flap hinge, all these things, right? Now in fully articulated Hodges 500, MC Donnell, Toklas, Boeing types of main rotor, you can see there is a very complicated figure of main rotor, fully articulated main rotor system. Of each and every component, small component, we can see how can we assemble each and every components. Right, now we can go for the next. Is fully articulated Sikorsky S58 types of main rotor systems, and we can see the fully articulated rotor used on the S53, S58. Now orange line shows the lead and lag, green line shows the feathering, and red line shows the flapping. This is the direction of the flapping, feathering, and lead lag. Understood? Lead means above, further extended, and lag means behind. Feathering, flapping, we can see in this figure. Now we can go for the next slide. The fully articulated A star 350. In this slide, we can see the types of rotor system. Okay, in this figure we can see this is the types of fully articulated A star 350 rotor system. Okay, now we can go for the next. Now with the rigid types of rotor system is nothing but, in this we are using 2 or more blade feathers, but all other forces absorbed by bending of the blades. The strongest and most maneuverable, but needs composite to withstand fatigue in this type of rigid types of rotor system. Now okay, going for the next is the types of usually using helicopters. Before that, we have to discuss about what are the important important difference between the helicopters and aeroplanes. In helicopters, there are the 5 aerodynamic force: lift, drag, thrust, and weight, and also torque. But in aeroplanes, we are using only 4: lift, drag, thrust, and weight. Here one is extra is torque. Why is torque? Torque is nothing but rotating force, and it will be slightly difference between the thrust, because thrust is what? Rate of change of linear momentum, and torque is nothing but rate of change of angular momentum. Next, After that, according to the degree of freedom, in aeroplanes we are using the 6 degree of freedom, means pitch, roll, yaw, roll, yaw, pitch, roll, means combination of this, means total 6. But in helicopters where degree of freedom is 7, one is extra, is called VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing, and one more is nothing but hovering, right? Hovering is not a degree of freedom, but we can consider. Now, what is the next difference in blade? According to the blades, in aeroplanes we are using cambered airfoil for lift, increasing the lift coefficient, and for helicopters we are using the symmetrical airfoils generally. Tail rotor system generally have symmetrical airfoils. Now, aeroplanes has a fixed wing aircraft, and helicopter is the rotating wing aircrafts. Right? Next, here in helicopters also we are using the jet engines, but in aircrafts, in airplanes we are using the piston engine, jet engine, reciprocating engine combinations, all this stuff. Right? Next, what are the difference? Next difference, according to applications, aeroplanes we need large runway for takeoff and landing, and here for helicopters it can be land anywhere, like as a rough surface also. Okay? There is some disadvantage over the helicopters over the aeroplanes. Now we can go for the types of usually using helicopters. Now the EC-120 helicopters, in this type of helicopters we can see the single engine 4 passenger helicopters, right? In this type of helicopter, capacity is crew capacity is 4. Next is AS-350 B2 B3 single engine 5 to 6 passenger aircraft or helicopters, single engine, but 5 to 6 passengers we have to sitting in this type of helicopters. Now next thing is BL-407. In this helicopter, single engine 6 passenger helicopters, we can see in these helicopters 6 passenger capacity is there. Now next is EC-130 B4 helicopters, is a single engine 6 passenger helicopters. In these helicopters also passenger single engine and having the 6 crew passenger sitting capacity. Now going for the next, AS-355 is a twin engine. Now with the twin engine, here 2 engines are using in this type of helicopters. Name is AS-355, and passenger capacity is, crew capacity is 5 passengers. And EC-135, in this type of helicopters we are using 2 engines 6 passenger helicopters. There are also 2 engines we are using, but we crew capacity is nothing but 6 passengers. Now for Augusta 109 types of helicopter, here again twin engine and 6 to 7 passengers are sitting in this type of helicopters, right? Okay. Now we can go for the next. Here the Dolphins AS-365, here also twin engine 5 to 7 passenger sitting capacity, right? Now this is the end of this slide. Now up to what are the summary of this introduction of helicopters. Summary is, first, what are the primary component conventional helicopters? What are the primary component? Airframe, fuselage, engine and transmission, skid landing gear, main rotor, tail rotor, horizontal stabilizer. Now next thing is what are the feathering and flapping? Feathering is nothing but change in the bleed pitch angle, is nothing but feathering, and flapping is the normal like as aeroplanes. Next is what are the types of rotor systems? What are the types of main rotor system? Is tandem rotor, coaxial rotor, coaxial rotor. Next, main rotor, tail rotor, Next, auxiliary rotors, semi-rigid rotor, polyarticulated rotor, rigid rotor. These types of the rotor systems configuration, right? Now, next thing is what are the difference between the helicopters and aeroplanes? There are a lot of difference between. First is in aeroplanes, total aerodynamic force is 4, in helicopters is 5. In aeroplanes, total degree of freedom is 6, and helicopter is 7. In aeroplanes, camber airfoils we are using. In here, helicopter symmetrical airfoil we are using. In aeroplanes, we are using large runway for landing and takeoff. For helicopters, there is no need to of runway. Next, what is the application purpose? Then this is a fixed wing aeroplanes, and this is a rotating in helicopters. In aeroplanes, for lift control, we are using 3 different devices: aileron, rudder, and elevator. But in helicopters, only main rotor are using for lift, control purpose, and stability purpose. These are the difference between the helicopters and aeroplanes. Now, next thing is what are the types of helicopters? Now we can see what are the types of helicopters: single engine, twin engine, depends on the number of passengers, like that. Okay, thank you everyone. I hope you are enjoying these lectures. We can meet in your next lectures, chapter 2 of helicopter engineering. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.